سلام تخاتلتي مدى فيستيفال تلتشن إسران أمريكا كما يكنيهم زحالة شوعة معلتي بمراخب بزهر كتكتاتلوا دقنهم مبارا ما فتسمت بتيو درو شوعة معلت حالي الشامناي معلت بتيحنا لنا أبزي شامناي معلتنا خاني فلي مدى تعرفنا لنا مدبنا فلي تقبر حدا مجلس المنستر واتساب بدايات إرترا عثمان صالح كخوني أسرع بينها مدب أنا تمهارو قام قدي واشنطن دي سي نزوت أنا لمعاتو مدب كمون بوتساب إرتراويان منفس الون زلون زقربوا أفريات زقربوا مدب كلون ناي مسوها زخري حفاش ودبتنا أو حبرات من سات أمريكا أسرع بينها نزخون زمسي مدب كامل زمزخوننا خميز ولا بحلاو مدب عربنا لنا بت مدبنا خم تحقصوا رقصنا عمتي بلو أتم بلتقات مفتوحات من إرتراويان حواتي نزقري وزلوا مدب بحلي كنت حقوسلو تسفى قبر جميرنا حساب نوجكا مسانا خم تمسيو نختك كتاتلونا بغبري أجمعكم استناي مكتتر
السادة الأعزاء المشاركين لمهرجان السنوي للولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مثل ما كنتم تتابعونا ل7 أيام الماضية من خلال الوسائل الإعلام، كل إريتريين والأصدقاء فلكل رحلة النهاية. سوف يختتم مهرجاننا مساء هذا اليوم حافلا ليومه الثامن بالتقديم البرنامج الآتية. أولا كلمة لمعالي وزير الشؤون الخارجية السيد عثمان صالح، يتليه برنامج أطفال من طلاب مدرسة اللغة الأم بواشنطن دي سي، ثم بعدها اقتراع أطفال في برنامج التنموي الإريتري، ثم بعده تقديم إنتاج وطني من شابات إريتريات من حيث إنتاجية وطنية أصيلة، فبعدها حيتقدم برنامج ذكريات تاريخ منظمات الشعبية في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، ثم بعدها برنامج أمسية ثقافية من واشنطن دي سي، وهذا بيكون ختام البرنامج. وندعوكم لجميع في متابعة ومشاركة لهذه البرنامج. دمتم وطابت أوقاتكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Go. So my name is Melay Girmay. And my name is Rima Girmay. And we are the assistant teachers for the Adal Eritrean Studies Elementary School. Our students will be presenting what they have learned in this class about the 6 regions of Eritrea. These regions were all established in 1996 and are all unique and beautiful in their own ways. First, let's introduce our class.
My name is Yafet Barakat Tekle.
My name is Samuel Kermai.
My name is Baruch Abdamaya.
My name is O'Neill Kibram.
My name is Ebenezer Kibram.
My name is Bethel Kibram.
My name is Salam Williams.
My name is Kylie Thompson.
My name is Natu Binyam.
My name is Karshan Tomaso.
My name is Sanikere.
My name is Jay Bennett.
My name is Yasel Tekle.
And my name is Mamher Simrat.
Now, let's explore. First, we have Zoba Samnawik Bahari.
The ethnic groups found here are Tigrinya, Rashida, and Tigray.
The historic city of Nafa is located in this region.
The second international airport of Eritrea is located in Zoba Seminary, K.F. Bahari.
Next.
The second international airport of Eritrea is located in Zoba Seminary, K.F. Bahari.
Wait. I'm off topic. It has an average temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 Celsius, which is one of the highest temperatures found in the world.
The capital is Massawa.
The Dahalak Archipelago is located in this region.
One of the 2 ports of Eritrea is located in this region.
It lies along the 3/4 of the Red Sea.
The area of this region is 27,800 kilometers squared.
It is one of the hottest marine coastal areas in the world.
Next, Christian.
It's the capital of the Eritrean colony of Eritrea until 1897.
The lowest point in Eritrea is Lake Kulul is in this region.
The hottest month in Zola Seminary Bari is May.
Other towns in this region include Alphabet, Galalo, Foro, Ginda, Kawara, and Shaeb districts.
Next up, Zoba Debubawi Bahari.
It lies along the southern half of the Red Sea.
Zoba Debubawi Bahari extends over 500 kilometers. Well,
Potas, one of the world's best fertilizers, is found in Danakil Desert.
Debubawi body has one of the hottest places in the world, the Dankali Desert.
The ethnic group found here is Afar. This Zoba has the second port of Eritrea.
Zoba Debubawi Bahari is considered as the hottest and driest region in the world.
The capital of this region is Aseb.
Its other significant towns include Belu, Brahada, and Tio.
The districts of this region include Arata, Central Dankalia, and Southern Dankalia.
Christian?
The southern Red Sea region borders
Djibouti.
The sub-regions located here are Aitos, Sororita, Edi, Aseb, and Belul, Southern Dankalia. Borders over
Okay, next.
Castle?
The area of this region is 27,600 kilometers squared, or 10,700 square miles.
Now we have Zoba Ma'akal.
This region has a capital and largest city of Eritrea.
The main international airport of Eritrea is located here.
The area of this region is 1,400 kilometers squared.
Mafia touches every single region except Debubawi body, like the last one.
The total population of this region is 1,053,254.
This region is split into 7 subregions: Birsi, Gala Nefi, Northeastern, Northwestern, Eritrea, Southeastern, and Southwestern.
This region is located inland on the Central Plateau.
Asmara is the capital of Zoba Ma'akal.
The historic landmark is Katradela is found in this region.
Other major settlements in Zoba Ma'akal include Himbirti, Nabaterho, and Sazega.
This is the smallest region of Eritrea. The ethnic group found in Zoba Ma'akal is Tigrinya.
Okay.
Wait. Jay, you're breaking. You're breaking, Jay.
Castle?
A huge dam in Idaho that will be providing water to millions is located in this region.
Next, we have Zoba Kashbarka.
Zoba Kashba lies in the southwest corner of Eritrea.
Zoba Kashbarka is also known as the breadbasket of Eritrea, as it is very rich in agriculture.
Sawa is located in this region.
The ethnic groups found here are Hadarab, Nara, Kunamat, and Tigrinya.
Akorda, Moki, Chevret, and Kesene are some other towns found in Gashbarka. Gashbarka borders Zoba's Debu, Anseba, and Makel, as well as countries Ethiopia and Sudan. The area of this region is 33,200 kilometers squared, or 12,800 miles squared.
This region is rich in marble and other important minerals, including gold.
There are some old mine shafts and machinery found in Agro from the days when Italians mined gold here.
Bisa gold mine is located in this region.
The capital of Gashbarka is Bertun.
Other cities found in Gashbarka are Dekhi, Forto, Glogni, Hekota, Logo, Mesra, Mogolo, Hajar, Shambuko, and Upper Gash.
The city is located in Gashbarka.
There are 3 large rivers, 8 big dams, 32 reservoirs, and 118 micro dams in Zoba Gashbarka.
Now we have Soba Ansaba.
The area of this region is 23,200 kilometers squared.
The population of Zoba and Seba is 549,000 people.
The ethnic groups found here is Tigray, Tigrinya, Tigray, Hidalev, and Bilan.
Zoba Ansaba is named after the Ansaba River that goes through it.
The capital of this region is Keren. Kerebet Dam, one of the largest in Eritrea, is located here. Zoba and Saba is divided into 10 subregions.
The second largest city of Eritrea, Keren, is found in this region.
Another town in this region is Ahalal.
Seba borders Zobas Gashbarka to the south, Makel to the southeast, Seminawi Bahri to the east and north, and the country Sudan to the west.
Debrecen's monastery in the highlands near Keren is in this region.
Known for its farm producing citrus fruits and tomatoes, the farm is irrigated during the long dry season by large reservoirs.
Okay.
Sine Current means rocky and Bilan and mountain in Tigrinya. Sine Current means rocky and Bilan and mountain in Tigrinya.
The Hagaz Art, Agriculture, and Technical School is situated here.
Lastly, we have Zoba Debu.
Capital of Zoba Debub is Mendefra.
Ethnic groups found here are Tigrinya and Saho.
The highest point in Eritrea, Mount Sawa, measuring 3,018 meters or 9,900 feet, is located in Zoba Debub.
Wait. Debub has a total area of 8,000 kilometers squared, which is, I don't know.
Next.
There are 12 subregions located in Zoba-Debub. Zoba-Debub shares a border with Zobas Gashbarka, Makel, and Seminawi Bahri, as well as Ethiopia. The archaeological sites of Metra and Kohatio are located here. Eritrea's College of Science and Arts, which costs $17 million to construct it, is located in Eritrea.
Zoba-Debub is the largest region in the country by population.
We can't hear you.
Next.
The capital of Zoba-Debub is Mendefera.
Dekmar was developed by the Italians as an industrial center.
The meaning of the name Mendefera is no one dared.
One of the biggest dams in Eritrea, is located in this region.
Adikeye, Adikwala, Dekamhara, Debua, Rua, Seganati, Araza, and Senafe are some other big towns from Debub.
Enjoy the rest of the festival. Sani halakum. Awanafash.
Awanafash.
Ciao, everyone, ciao.
Hi, my name is Malay Girmay, and we are the Adal Eritrean Studies Middle School. We will be presenting the 9 tribes of Eritrea. First up is Hadadab. The Hadadab are located in northwestern Gashbarka, Kasane, and Sahel. They are also found in Sudan and Egypt. They are ethnic Cushitic people, making up 202,000 of the estimated 6.1 million people living in Eritrea. The language of the Hadadab is Beja, also known as Badawi, and they typically speak at least one other language as well, usually either Tigray or Arabic. The Hadadab are Muslims, most being Sunni Muslims, and no other religion has been found. The Hadadab are a Beni Amir of division, subgroup of the Beja. They are nomadic or semi-nomadic pastoralists and typically migrate seasonally with their herds of goats, camels, and sheep. The Hadadab follow Sharia law in most cases since they are Muslim. Hadadab men dance with swords and swaying, and sometimes they put their swords in their mouths. Women also sway and lean back. The next ethnic group we have is Afar.
Hi, my name is Tesfa, and I'll be presenting the ethnic group Afar. Afar. The name Afar means the free. The language they speak is Afar, and they are located on the Nenico Depression, Southern Red Sea, the Halak Archipelago, and also Ethiopia, Yemen, and Djibouti. The Afar people are an ethnic Eastern Cushitic group. They make up around 300,000 of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. The majority are Muslim, and there are also a few Coptic Orthodox, and they are traditionally nomads, which includes hunters, livestock holders, and fishermen. Men and women carry knives called a jilan and have a dance called janile that's associated with their ancient religion. They also play ka'osa, which is kind of like soccer, and the Afar generally sing war songs and songs about the greatness of the camel. And finally, Afar women have travel marks under their eyes and on their foreheads. The next ethnic group is Vilan.
Hi, my name is Nabai Daniel, and I will be presenting the ethnic group Len. Len people speak Len, and they're located in Karen and its outskirts. They are a Cushitic ethnic group, and they make up around 112,000 of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. They are mostly Catholics and Muslims, and Len was formerly known as Bogo. Gold plates on women's heads show social status, so the more money you have, the more gold plates are on your head. Primarily being agriculturists, many of them are cattle herders and farmers. Married women get nose piercings and 4 piercings on each ear to symbolize tradition. Land dancing involves a lot of the moving of shoulders, and women dance by moving their hair side to side, and men wave a stick over the woman's head. The next ethnic group is Saho.
Hi, my name is Leah, and I'll be presenting the next ethnic group, Saho. The name Saho means nomad. The language of the Saho people is Saho. They're located in the northern Red Sea coast, southern Red Sea regions, villages on the way from Asmara to Massawa in the Homozil Valley. They are also found in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. The Saho are ethnic Hasidic people that makes up around 240,000 of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. They are majority Muslim, but there are some Christians that are known as Arab. There are farmers and pailerists. Saho men and women do a lot of jumping while dancing, and men carry sticks. Saho has 7 subgroups as well as divisions among those subgroups. The next ethnic group is Kunama.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I will be presenting the ethnic group Kunama. The name Kunama means natural. The Kunama people speak Kunama. They are located in Barentu, its outskirts, Badme, and in the Sawa area. The Kunama are also found in Ethiopia and Sudan. They are ethnic Nilo-Saharan people, and they make up around 144,000 of the 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea.
Most of Kunama converted to Islam and Christianity, while many still practice the old African religion, which includes the worship of the sun. The Kunama used to be nomads, but now are farmers and pastoralists. Fun fact, many of the people living in Hatala Smeta are Kunama. Kunama are matrilineal. They trace their ancestors to women, and women have higher statuses than men in Eritrea, which is rare in Eritrea. If someone would misbehave, people would often say they weren't behaving the Kunama way. The next ethnic group is Nara.
Hi, my name is Zodian Hanum, and I'll be presenting Nara. The name Nara means sky heaven. The Nara speak Nara Bana, but most Nara use the Ge'ez or Arabic script since Nara Bana did not have a written script. They are located by the Eritrean border of Sudan and western plains of Gash Barka as well as Sudan. The Nara are ethnic Nilo-Saharan people, and they make up around 108,000 of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. Most Nara have converted into Islam or Christianity, but many are traditional Aminists. They are nomads and farmers. The Nara are divided into 4 clans: Hagar, Mogarib, Koita, and Centaura. The next ethnic group is Rashida.
Hi, my name is Ruth. The name Rashida means refugee. Rashidans speak Arabic, Hijazi, and Bedouin. They are located in the Arab Peninsula, Sudan, and Libya. Rashidans are ethnic Semitic people, and they make up around 60,000 of the estimated inhabiting Eritrea. Rashidans were all Muslims until the war, when Rashidans bunked with Christians and many started converting. The people are Rashidans migrated from the Hejaz region of Saudi Arabia after tribal warfare broke out in Hejaz. They are known for their pricey. The next ethnic group is Tigrinya.
Hi, our names are Evan Bemnet.
Nava Bemnet, and we will be presenting Tigrinya.
The people of Tigrinya are located in the highlands of Eritrea and Badme. They are ethnic Semitic people and make up around 3.3 million of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. The Tigrinya people speak Tigrinya, and the majority of Tigrinya are Christian and minority Muslims. Muslims are known as Jaberti.
Tigrinya are mainly farmers and merchants. Their main foods are taita and gecha. Tigrinya people dance in a circle called kuda. The main musical instruments are koboro, which are drums, karar, and wata, and those things are string instruments. The next ethnic group is Tigray.
Hello, my name is Megar Mai, and the ethnic group I'll be presenting is Tigray. The Tigray people inhabit the highlands of Zaba Ma'akal, Dabub, Barka, Anseba, Northern Red Sea, and the Dahlak archipelago. The language the Tigray people speak is Tigray. They are ethnic Semitic people and make up around 1.62 million of the estimated 6.1 million people inhabiting Eritrea. The majority are Muslim, but minority Christians, Lutherans, and Catholics are called Mensa. Tigray people that are mixed with Tigrinya are also called Mensa. Tigray have subgroups. The Tigray people are cattle herders and farmers. The men dance with swords in their mouths, and the Tigray women dance by moving their hands and heads back and forth. Thank you for your time.
Morning, Joe.
Ciao.
Lucia.
Engadina.
Maslama.
Masalama.
Sani alaikum. Bye.
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 My name is Aman Samuel, and I'm in 11th grade, and I live in Virginia. I took Eritrean history and culture class over the summer. In June, we focused on Eritrean martyrs and what they sacrificed for us. In July, we focused on the Eritrean independence and what it means to us. In August, we are currently focusing on celebrating Eritrea and what it truly means to us. I enjoyed and liked all aspects of the class because it taught me some things that I had not known before. Today, I'm going to present what Eritrea means to me. All right. To me, Eritrean independence means hard-fought freedom and sovereignty to itself from the overruling Ethiopian force. Growing up, my parents had to watch brothers and sisters leave home so they could fight for our country. Many of them didn't make it back. It was a truly harsh time for our people, and it makes me thankful to know that I come from a country full of bravery. I myself had 3 relatives who sacrificed their lives, 2 uncles and an aunt. And to them and their comrades, their heroic actions will not go unnoticed. We fought hard and strong for 30 years, and it's safe to say it paid off with many casualties. Nevertheless, as an Eritrean American citizen, I am proud to call Eritrea my home.
Eritrea gained its independence from Ethiopia on May 24th, 1991. That was a glorious day for all Eritreans. We were fighting the Ethiopian army for 30 years and still continue to fight them after. Many Eritreans lost their lives to help our country. Men and women alike both fought. My aunt was guarding the border in the war. During that time, a bomb fell on her leg. It was extremely damaged. Luckily, the doctors were able to fix it up, or her life would not be the same today. My dad, Eo, was martyred after the war. It was on May 23rd, 2000, a day before Independence Day. He was guarding the SF front in his unit when Ethiopians were attempting to overrun his troops. Subsequently, the Ethiopians would have taken over Asmara, the capital of Eritrea. The Eritrean unit was able to kill tens of thousands of Ethiopian invaders. The martyrs ended their lives to save their country. I feel that my family deeply loves our country. We do not just love our country, we love everyone who lost our lives for our country.
Independence means to me is people fighting and give their all for our country. To me, it means finally gaining independence after 30 years of blood and sweat. It means accomplishing a goal that has been a dream for so many years. I find it beautiful how Eritrea had nothing and still fought through the pain and struggle. It is very sad that people have lost their lives in the war for independence, including my uncles. But they made it out in the end. Eritrea had no numbers to fight either. My bad, sorry. Eritrea had no numbers to fight and no guns as well. But we still prevailed and came out on top by winning the war and gaining independence for our country. I find it amazing how Eritrea rebuilt the economy and area after the war and made it the beautiful country it is today. Every single year we celebrate independence, and I am always grateful to be Eritrean and proud. So I will never forget the date, May 24th, 1991, the day Eritrea claimed independence.
Nati Mularan. I am in 10th grade and I live in Maryland of the United States. I took Eritrean and culture class over the summer. In June, we focused on Eritrean martyrs and their sacrifice for us. In July, we focused on Eritrean independence and what it means to us. In August, we are focusing on celebrating Eritrea. I enjoyed and liked learning about my history and the ancestors and the sacrifice that Eritrean culture gave to us. Today, I'm going to present what Eritrean independence means. Independence, what does it mean? To Google, it means the fact or state of being independent. But to me, independence is when someone gets to be on its own, not depending on anybody else. The struggle for Eritrea's 30-year war against the Ethiopian military yells out freedom to millions of people throughout Eritrea. Soldiers liberate the capital. Thousands of Eritrean men, women, and children come out to the streets to celebrate what they don't have to fear anymore. It is a major blessing to see their country grow from a small unknown nation to a powerful African nation. 59 years ago, on September 1st, 1961, the struggle for Eritrea's independence began, as the first shot was blasted on Adal Mountain. 30 years later, Eritrea defeated Ethiopia and its allies on May 24th, 1991, thus claiming their independence for as long as the nation thrives. 2 years later, in 1993, the rest of the world recognized Eritrea as an independent nation. I am proud to be called an Eritrean, and so is many more. So Eritrea's independence means a lot to me because it shows me that my ancestors are people who are persistent, talented, honest, and faithful. It gives me another meaning to what life really means and how to enjoy it. It also means to me that we can share this and learn throughout our history of our country. It also means to me that Eritrea can thrive and become better as the Generation Z makes it thrive into one of how the United States is right now. So Eritrea's independence means to me that we should enjoy it and hopefully save it for our kids.
Is Noel Tomasa. I'm in the 10th grade and live in Virginia. I took Eritrean history and culture class over the summer. In June, we focused on Eritrean martyrs and their sacrifice for us. In July, we focused on Eritrean independence and what it means to us. In August, we focused on celebrating Eritrea. I enjoyed and I liked basically learning Tigrinya aspects of the class. Today I'm going to present what Eritrean independence means to me. And Eritrean independence, what it means to me is unity and how when we stand together and fight for what we want, we will get what we want through. Not because we just want to, but because of the sacrifices that were made. And it was an Eritrean independence just is a reminder to me of my grandfather fighting, my dad's two brothers fighting, and my dad's younger brother leaving to fight at a very young age because he missed being with his father and he went to go fight in the war and he joined the freedom fighters. So to me, Eritrean independence just means unity and just unity.
My name is Sydney Daniel. I am in the 9th grade and live in Virginia in the United States of America. I took an Eritrean history and culture class over the summer. In June, we focused on Eritrean martyrs and their sacrifice for us. In July, we focused on Eritrean independence and what it means to us. In August, we are focused on celebrating Eritrea. One thing I appreciated about this class was that not only did I learn a lot, but I learned things in depth. Today, I'm going to present a brief essay on Eritrean Independence Day and what it means to me. May 24th is a very important day for all Eritreans, and my family is always happy to celebrate it. It marks the day of Eritrea finally becoming independent. The struggle to gain independence was long and gruesome. So many brave Eritreans sacrificed everything they had, even their lives. They were all fully dedicated to gaining the independence we and the future generations can enjoy. I am forever thankful for their courage and aspire to be always as devoted to our amazing country as those brave women were. My parents are passionate about Eritrea and very pleased with our rich culture and accomplishments. While they have firsthand experienced losses and given up many important things for Eritrea's independence, they delight in the freedom Eritrea has finally gained. Eritrea has grown into a country with hope for an even brighter future. My parents will always support and contribute to the Eritrean community and pass down their traditions down to me and my siblings. May 24th has a huge impact on Eritreans everywhere, and my family takes pride in saying that we are from a beautiful country called Eritrea.
Student Daniel. I am in the 10th grade and live in the state of Virginia. I took an Eritrean history and culture class over the summer. Every month had a different focus. In June, we focused on Eritrean martyrs and their sacrifice for us. And in July, we focused on Eritrean independence and what it means to us. Currently in August, we are focusing on celebrating Eritrea. I enjoyed and liked the opportunity to learn more about my home country, especially the history of the struggle for independence. Currently in August, we are focusing on celebrating Eritrea. I enjoyed and liked the opportunity to learn more. Today I'm going to present what Eritrean independence means to me. Eritrean independence has a similar meaning to me and my parents. They have instilled a strong sense of pride and understanding of the sacrifices that so many made to ensure that we could have a country that is our own. When my parents think about May 24th, they think about the struggle and those they have lost. Because of the martyrs, we have a liberated and independent country. Since my parents were born in Eritrea and grew up during the time when Eritrea and Ethiopia were essentially the same country, independence has a deeper meaning to them. For them to lose family members and friends that they grew up with and knew makes the victory even more delightful, because it shows that so many didn't lose their lives in vain. Independence is a representation of the hardworking, strong, and resilient mentality of the Eritrean people. For me, Eritrean independence is the best example of what it means to be a proud Eritrean. Something that all Eritreans have in common is the pride to be from a country that won against all odds. There were some of the world's biggest countries helping the opposition, but still Eritrean fighters were victorious. Unfortunately, there was a lot of bloodshed. Those brave martyrs are the reason for independence. Eritrea is able to prosper and continue to thrive because all of those who had and continue to have so much hope. We know that we are able to overcome any kind of adversity. May 24th will always stand as the day when colonialism ended and Eritrea was able to begin to develop by itself as an independent country. Eritrean independence will always have a special significance for my family. We will always remember those who fought for our freedom. We cherish the lives lost when we experienced the freedom in our country whenever we visit Eritrea. May 24th is and always will remain a special day because we celebrate our independence given to us by our heroes and heroines who paid the ultimate sacrifice. We must also remember those who died during the Second War in 1998 to defend our country to prevent Eritrea from the Ethiopian invasion.
Independence, a word that we hear often around our elder family members and friends, whether it is at coffee ceremonies and annual Eritrean independence celebrations, whether it is conversations our parents have, documentaries we listen to, or conversations I have with non-Eritrean friends. Yet do we truly grasp the essence of this deep-rooted word? Sorry, my dog is barking.
It's okay.
The Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, carried on 30 years of armed struggle to the Ethiopian emperor's rule, and later to the military regime, the Derg, in a movement to liberate Eritrea from Ethiopian occupation. The state of Eritrea is a relatively recent construct, granted statehood in 1993 following a protracted war for independence from Ethiopia. The idea of the Eritrean dates back to 1869, when Italy established a colony to support its interests in Africa, in particular the Red Sea region. Ethiopian emperor and the Italian government, by agreement, delineated the present Eritrean borders that encompass both scorching coastal lowlands around Asmara. The name was given to the Red Sea between the Arabian Peninsula and the African continent by Greek tradesmen in 1890, Italy colonized the land of the Midr Bahari along the Red Sea, and the Italians officially bestowed the name Eritrea upon the territory. After defeat in the Second World War, a British caretaker government assumed control of Eritrea while the Allied powers contemplated its destiny. The United Nations ultimately decided the fate of Eritrea, uncertain about outright independence, but still intent upon distinguishing Eritrea from its neighbor Ethiopia. The UN General Assembly, in compromise fashion, resolved that Eritrea shall constitute an auto-unanimous unit federated with Ethiopia under the sovereignty of the Ethiopian crown, without the interest of Eritreans. Much of this uncertainty demonstrated by the General Assembly related to the view propagated by Ethiopians and their sympathizers that Eritrea was not entitled to be a state since there was no Eritrean nation. Consequently, from 1950 to 1991, Eritrea existed as a willing adjunct of Ethiopia, extracting itself only at the expense of thousands of Eritrean lives. The long-drawn fight for independence was no doubt arduous and uncertain at times, but the reward of a genuine identity was something that the Eritrean people would fight for no matter what the detriment was. To the selfless men and women who put their country before their life, we are an individual country, and we as Eritreans have an individual identity that we cherish. To my parents, thing that with, they traveled in difficult conditions to this country to have their own identity as well. Their goal was to build a new life with endless opportunity for their children and themselves, simply as our martyrs' primary goal was to become their own independent country, where future generations can thrive and know their background. My parents came to this country to continue the struggle for independence outside the borders of Eritrea. Our soldiers traveled in difficult conditions, going days without water and food, having to push through hot desert terrain, through lowland, mountainous, and aquatic environments to meet their end goal, precisely as our parents did. The outcome of the struggle for independence was something that we as Eritreans justly merited, but there is the thought in the back of our heads of what life would be like if that were not the case. If Eritrea did not win the war, there would be no place to call home or no individuality to our names. This is a correlation between my parents in that if they did not come to this country to discover their individuality, they would not have the life that they built for themselves today. Not only did our parents come to this country to further the cause, but other Eritreans around the world also continue to contribute to the armed struggle in different capacities. Some by donating their lifetime savings, many protested in harsh weather to make sure Eritrea's voice was heard, and some men and women who already graduated from various universities and colleges from around the world went to fight for freedom. The perspective that I have on independence is distinctive from the parents and elders around me. To me, independence indicates a sense of belonging, a place to call home. With independence comes the liberty to be what one wants to be. In the United States, the African American community is facing hardships with their freedom in this country for more than 400 years. They are striving for independence and equality in a country that was promised to give prosperity to its citizens. The struggle for independence has a cohesive relationship with the Black Lives Matter movement, and that both movements came together, putting age, gender, religion, background aside to fight our common goal. Living in a free country where liberty for my future is inevitable, I can correlate the freedom of the United States and Eritrea. Due to its independence, I can have a home outside the frontiers of the United States, a place where my blood flows from, a place where my ancestors built their homes in this area. Me and all of the Eritrean diaspora, independence is deeply rooted within us. As an Eritrean, all qualities of independence, freedom, identity, liberty, and prosperity encompassed through mine and my family's blood. The identity of being an Eritrean comes from a compelling background that everyone. I vow my life to be dedicated to safeguarding Eritrea's independence and passing the torch for future generations.
ኤሪትራን ሚጭጓት ኤሪትራን ምስናት زبل سيرة أمنت زتولع قينات هاجري مبالغن كم جبنت قصيرو كندي بلح يمرو تحت حماس سفيرو انتي هاجرنا انتي كبرنا انتي مثلنا خنحال فينا
ሓፋሽ ውድብ ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ሓፋሽ ውድብ ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ መጀመርታ ክምስረት ከሎ በቲ ኣብ ከባቢ ኸረን ኣባሲ ደራ ዝተባህለት ዓዲ 118 ሰባት ኣብ ውሽጢ መስጊድ ዝተቐትሉሉን ቀፂሉ እውን ወታደራት ገዛእቲ መንግስቲ ኢትዮጵያ ኣብ ዑና ዝተባህለ ዓዲ ኸይዶም ነቲ ዓዲ ኸቢቦም ሓደ እኳ ከይገደፉ 800 ዝኾኑ ኤርትራውያን ብምልኦም ተቐማጦ ናይቲ ዓዲ ዘህለቑሉን ተወሳኺ ድማ ኣብኡ ጠጠው ከይበሉ እቲ ብመቕዘፍቲ ኸረን ማለት ማሰከር ኦፍ ከረን ዝፍለጥ ግፍዕታት ዝተፈጸመሉ እዋን እዩ ነይሩ እዚ ኣብ 1970 ኮይኑ ነዚ ዝግበር ዝነበረ ግፍዕታት ዝኾነ ኤርትራዊ ክፃወሮ ስለ ዘይከኣለ ግብረ መልሱ ህዝቢ ኣንጻር ዝተግባራት ክለዓዓል ተገዲዱ በዚ ግፍዕታት ዝሓዘኑ ኤርትራውያን ግቡእና ክንገብር ኣለና ብዝብል ቅዱስ ዕላማ ተበጊሶም ተቐማጦ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ ኒውዮርክ ቦስተንን ብሃገራዊ ስምዒት እናተላዘቡ ክጥርነፉ ጀሚሮም እዚ ቀስ ብቐስ ኣብ ሙሉእ ኣሜሪካ ተዘርጊሑ ኣብ 1970 ኤርትራውያን ንናጽነት ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ማለት ኤንኣስኣ ዝብል ማሕበር ንምምስራት በቂዖም ኤንኣስኣ ብዲስፕሊን ዝተሃንጸን ብውፍያት ኣባላት መብዛሕትኦም ትሕቲ 25 ዓመት ዝነበሮም መንእሰያት ዝቆመ ማሕበር ነይሩ እቲ ኣብ ሰብዓታት ብኤርትራውያን ንናጽነት ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ዝተፈለመ ሓፋሽ ውድባት ኣብ 80ታት ኣብ ግዜ ቃልሲ ዓንቢቡ ኣብ ትሕቲ ህዝባዊ ግንባር ሓርነት ኤርትራ ምስ ሜዳ ዝነበረ ኩነታት እናተወሃሃደ ዓበይቲ ፕሮጀክታት እንዳካየደ ብንዋትን ዓቕምን ህዝቢ ኣብ ጎኑ ኣሰሊፉ ኣብቲ ምጸላኢ ዝግበር ዝነበረ ቀጻሊ ጥምጥማት ዓብ ተራ ተጻዊቱ እዩ ሓፋሽ ውድባት ኣብ ተስዓታት እውን ቃልሱ እናሰላሰለ ኣብቲ ሃገር ንምውሓዝ ዝነበረ ጥምትም ህዝቢ ኣብ ጎኑ ኣሰሊፉ ኣንጻር ወያንን ኣሳሰይቱን ጌና ሕጂ እውን ኣብ ዝካየድ ዘሎ መኸተ ዓብ ኣበርክቶ ብምግባር ቃልሱ ይቕጽል ኣሎ ስለዚ ክቡራት ተዓዘብቲ ነቲ ካብ ሰብዓታት ጀሚሩ ዝካየድ ዝነበረ ንጥፈታት ሓፋሽ ውድባት ዘንጸባርቕ ብስእን መልክዕ ቀሪቡ ዘሎ ክትከታተሉ ዕድሜና እዩ ሰናይ ምክትታል ዓወት ንሓፋሽ
من كمان منيو كرسعو قفقيناي مع العناكوش
ما يدري زحدت كان نايتي ميت الماء بكا هانجر سترايك بأبالات محضر من السيد باب مبارحة من إرترا بكا هماما متى يتغيروا أبتوان قالسي حزب إرتران قالسي حزب إرترا بعلم الموحن فاشتاو تغوارات درجي نمكلحن توقسو تشعت أبالات محضر من السيد بورحي 3 ኣብ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ ኣፍ ደገ ኤምባሲ ሕብረት ሶቪየት ናይ ጥሜት ኣድማ ጀሚሮም እቶም መንእሰያት ማለት ኣልያም ሃብተ ማርያም ወልዱ ፈቃዱ ሓሰን ሓሽም ማንኤል በየነ በረኸት ተኽለ በረኸት በራይስ ኢብራሂም ገቢል ነፍሴር ኢብራሂም ገቢል ሳህለ ተስፋ ሚካኤል ግርማይ በርሀን እዮም ነይሮም እቲ ናይ መግቢ ብሕሳም ንኣስታት 12 መዓልቲ ብምቕፃል ኣብ መጨረሻ ምስ ናይ ሕብረት ሶቪየት ኤምባሲ ብዝተገብረ ዝርርብ ዛዚሞሞ
ذكريو مريت زحلفن تاريخ صنعتي زحبونو لو دغانو تاريخ الله خبيب لخي سجانتي كرهوس سرناي بساس مراي عدي قيح دقم حاري قلت يا زنه بري لواح مريت يومان تقام مستزرق نمت حويلي معاولا تقاقراي عدارات ثاني رقعة تكيا ثاني سني تاريخ العسبوسة سني حلكا ما تساهي أمبري أكبري يا ليمي كعسرة جنزا أهلك النساء يا ليمي كعسرة سنيقا عهدا بسي يا ليمي كعسرة سنيقا عهدا بسي يا ليمي كعسرة سنيقا عهدا بسي يا ليمي كعسرة
بالعدة انت عدو دمانا وقديم نور باروت وحتين يكمر على بيك كتب قسيم وقدين أبايك مجبا ودفين بالعدة انت عدو دمانا وقديم نور باروت وحتين يكمر على بيك كتب قسيم وقدين أبايك مجبا ودفين محمد ما ترهان كافلا أبايك وقدين من سمعت بهررا يا ما بدأوا مع قرار يكررا محمد ما ترهان كافلا للي تعلم كله من قال تعلم قلبتك كاسنت حسب تتحلم للي تعلم كله من قال تعلم اكل عدكاس انت حسب تتحلم واللي قبيل من كابز تتعشم يتتهكي حقايلك بقوى كرم عبا عدو عبا روح عدو وبلهبتو لفاش كافي وحبن سلمى ستيا أبايكا ومع القبلة الدلية تصور وقتك القلاب عباير تريا سعد ابن لكم سلمى ستيا أبايكا ومع القبلة الدلية تاريخنا حروتي كون وقرر لا أمورودي مقطن ومكم مسل أولاد يسرر لا يمن جبر بجلاكي عبي ونموش للبادر من الحلمو زي ما حلمو يتفسر شنو الحزن اللي تبنوم بأسر إريتريا مشاماتا اتقلبنا لتلم حادق وأسر تاريخ بدير حلفا بحبنو ويومتين دقاك مطعن فارس انت وتفارس موت التقاقمو تاريخ بدير حلفا بحبنو ويومتين دقاك مطعن إريتريا كاهل ساياتا حق ربي كاهبت حقاتا قلت أدمم نقلع عصب شخاتا وقلت عمرا فيتا ولا حرتا قلت أفر رزقا منا قباتا قلت ملحبا وشباتتا عزازك بدلا بيك ممور إريتريا تقدر اللي تعبتا قدين زاور باروت وحزين يكمر على ليك تتوقسين وقدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين قلعتك انت دمانا وقدين زاور باروت وحزين يكمر على ليك تتوقسين وقدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين قدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين فارس قدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين قدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين قدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين فارس قدين أبايك همك قبا ودفين ديما أنت حبنا عيب ما شفرة وكدنا كمان عدك أنت دور ودمان كشعك دور قدين بأله بكا وريد يبوس عطلقا حاضر بعد مرانك أتمم كهل أمانك أتمم كهل أمانك أتمم كهل أمانك حاضر بعد مرانك أتمم كهل أمانك ديما أنت أحبنا عيب ما شفرة وكدنا دمان عدك أنت دور ودمان كشعك دور قدين بأله بدك وريد يبوس عطلقا وريد يبوس عطلقا وريد يبوس عطلقا شفرة وكدنا دمان عدك أنت دور ودمان كشعك دور قدين بأله بدك وريد يبوس عطلقا حاضر بعد مرانك أتمم كهل أمانك أتمم كهل أمانك أتمم كهل أمانك عبدو صبيرنا نحل زبن عنزا قلسنا نمننتنا نزا خبرنا مرور بلينا بنسنتنا اي دمراحت كرتتي سدتي قد لي ودنت تسهرينا فحبتني الله فقد هجر رسنا تنينا بتحيا اللح الزكاء القرنا نزا مننت نزا خبرنا خي مننت 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 هاتهم زواي
هاجر زهاجر والله يسبله أبتدم صنعتي جينا نهلي أي بلناندو 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 تقدم سلخي دمن كناتن أجانا خوينو ويتنبركو ويتوقنو كلنا دفيرهم أزم عمستي ما ننتناقن رستي ورستي هاي أي بلناندو 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 تقدم سلخي يمانا زقام زيقا قلو أماي هاقري حواز زيبولو هي دمرها تكرتتنا سدتنا قدرنا هي دمسة دمنا تترقتنا دمنا رغاتنا منتنا وكل حدي سمنا تمسالنا زمات زينزا تولي ناينا هي دمرات كرتتنا سدتنا قدرنا ونت ودي بيغنجي مانغاتا اندي اتتكيها ودي بيغنجي مانغاتا أتواينا تتقجي أنا ما الإكرارتا وكابهن كم شمال لدروية النتا قد كوغكم حوالي وام كوغت حماتا حال قسكو أنا حول قسكو غطاني قلر أيا حول قسكو ولا حول قسكو شانت قلر أيا يتعود كنت أقمي وحبوك تقوم دايا حول قسكو أنا حول قسكو غطاني قلر أيا ولا حول قسكو شانت تقلر أيا حول قسكو
هاجر السماي وذا سحكات في شغلها مسكم نجرو عبد وستها والتجمرة مسنادرو ببنديرها عبد عفها لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي ناخد ودسا ما زاد نسا أنت حيواي إلا قسني فرخ بلكها هاجر السماي وذا سحكات في شغلها مسكم نجرو عبد وستها والتجمرة مسنادرو ببنديرها عبد عفها روحي زنا أنا خزبية نابي يديك خدا وبينايا كوا خام في اللي حمامي يمسخ خام في اللي خزل علي وإن خزل علي عبيد كتزن عبيد تفكرنا تخانو زي زحلي تخانو زي زحلي فرق لنا لخصمه عبي ما فقدوا بيني مستغام الرح حق حمامي تبقى مقفل الموت أنت حيواي إلا قسني فرخ بلكها هاجر السماي وذا سحكات في شغلها مسكم نجرو عبد وستها والتجمرة مسنادرو ببنديرها عبد عفها لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي برخان حاكي تعري خانتاي زعل صدقي روحي زنا أنا خزبية نابي يديك خدا وبينايا كوا خام في اللي حمامي يمسخ خام في اللي موتي خزل علي وإني خزل عليه عبيد كتنا عبيد تفكرنا تخانو زي زحلي تخانو زي زحلي فرق لنا نخصمك نبي ما قدو بيني مستقام الرحق حمامي كبقى مفل الموت كبرنا عخايقون ساقي غفاري غساسي نزلتك هتقاسي عبنا ما خدو السن زانتقي يا خالي تنفو كتبك سيقدفو دي اللي خمس بلد اسفخ الطرفو خلنا أنا خزبايا نابي يديك خدو وينايا كوا خمر حمامي مساقم في الموت كبرنا عخايقون ساقي غفاري غساسي نزلتك هتقاسي عبنا ما خدو السن زانتقي يا خالي تنفو كتبك سيقدفو دي اللي خمس بلد اسفخ الطرفو خلنا أنا خزبايا نابي يديك خدو وينايا كوا خمر حمامي مساقم في الموت
شمكايدو نسقين بالبال زحمرك زبان شنكولن قتل زمهاركي مقدا تحمي لخي هاقراي تحمي لخي تحمي لخي إريترا تحمي لخي سبح مكاز بهال شمكايدو نسقين بالبال زحمرك زبان شنكولن قتل زمهاركي مقدا نايت مالي من كنياتاتي عسني تصبغ يشغلوا لي مش تمزفلتو بعلي بعلي صنعت مالتي إريترا ونت عبرهو والعب سمكركنت عب حنت والتا عب حنت قنات حبيبك من بار حبيبك موات هاهي نانا نانا أبكن خنداي زنبق زمال خمو خمي لو خرسا عوراي بيتي بعليك السرا عند متكلكي مليسي تنع راني نعاخي العلم فقاري زفقري ماني من باراي زنبر زلاب ولي علاش هبلكن بمعبل تخسي بحميت عدوخي تملاسي آهي آها تحمي إريترا تحمي سيسرح مكواز بحال شو خيرو نسخين لبلبل نزح مرك زبن شوكولن قد لزمهاركي بقدار تمالي من كنياتاتي عسني تصبق يشغلوا لك مش زفتو بعلي بعلي صنعت مالتي إريترا ونت عبره وان أبسم كركنت أبحنت والتا أبحنت قنات حبيبك من بار حبيبك من واب آهي نانا نانا أبكن خنداي زنب زمال خمو خمي لو خرسا عوراي بيتي بعليك السرا عند مذكلكي مليسي راني نعاخي العلم فقاري زفقري ماني من باراي زنبر زلاب ولي على شهبلك بمعبل تخسي بحميت عدوخي تملاسي آهي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسمك يلعال بانا بهانكي معزي خوي كنديل اندي خيد مقدقندي لا 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 تحامي اللي اللي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسمك يلعال بانا برهانكي معاسي خوي كنديل اندي خيد مقدقندي لا 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 تحامي اللي اللي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسمك يلعال وانا برهانكي معاسي خوين اندير اندي خيد مقدقندي لا 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 لا
تفترة تسلم تسمع التلملم تفترة تسلم زافلي فلما زافلي فلما قبل البيع قبل البيع إما أجري سكنتي من هنيتي نفسي أجري بيتي حجري حجري بابا عندي تنسى نسي عد نهبخوني عد استعاناني عد
عدنه بخوني عدست عدني معارك تبربري معارك تبربري متانك تكبري متانك تكبري عقلي مستقل بالمتعاني نفسي عقلي بريت جاي عقلي مستقنتكي بعلنا خنحفصو قفوخ مليئو مدري بيتك فسو زخرخ خنبر وترو مستلالة كنات قنتي كتنطن زبالة عقلي مستقنتي مدحانيتي نفسي عقلي بريت جاي عيتتكمي كتا عيتسنفني بحريخ الخيترف موتيتو خوني كتنبق امبابا متان تبلوني عب تحت تلالكي انت زخبوني فتوتو زفات وكي حقب عيني زبككي ما أسكالو كوينو تاي مسيلوكي ناتي بمخانكي ناتي عسي زحرفكي هقري فتوتو زفات وكي حقب عيني
ኤሪትራን ሚጭቧት ኤሪትራን ምስናት ብዝብል ሰይረተ እምነት ዝተወልዐ ኲናት ሃገረይ ምባል ግን ከም ገበንቲ ቖሲሩ ክንደይ በሊሕ የእምሮ ትሕቲ ሓመድ ሰፊሩ ምእንቲ ሃገርና ምእንቲ ክብርና ምእንቲ መሰልና ክንሓልፍ ኢና
ሓፋሽ ውድብ ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ሓፋሽ ውድብ ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ መጀመርታ ክምስረት ከሎ በቲ ኣብ ከባቢ ኸረን ኣባሲዳራ ዝተባህለት ዓዲ 118 ሰባት ኣብ ውሽጢ መስጊድ ዝተቐትሉሉን ቀፂሉ እውን ወታደራት ገዛእቲ መንግስቲ ኢትዮጵያ ኣብ ዑና ዝተባህለ ዓዲ ኸይዶም ነቲ ዓዲ ኸቢቦም ሓደ እኳ ከይገደፉ 800 ዝኾኑ ኤርትራውያን ብምልኦም ተቐማጦ ናይቲ ዓዲ ዘሕለቑሉን ተወሳኺ ድማ ኣብኡ ጠጠው ከይበሉ እቲ ብመቕዘፍቲ ኸረን ማለት ማሰከር ኦፍ ከረን ዝፍለጥ ግፍዕታት ዝተፈጸመሉ እዋን እዩ ነይሩ። እዚ ኣብ 1970 ኮይኑ ነዚ ዝግበር ዝነበረ ግፍዕታት ዝኾነ ኤርትራዊ ክፃወሮ ስለ ዘይከኣለ ግብረ መልሱ ህዝቢ ኣንጻር እዚ ተግባራት ክለዓዓል ተገዲዱ። በዚ ግፍዕታት ዝሓዘኑ ኤርትራውያን ግቡእና ክንገብር ኣለና ብዝብል ቅዱስ ዕላማ ተበጊሶም ተቐማጦ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ፣ ኒውዮርክ፣ ቦስተንን ብሃገራዊ ስምዒት እናተላዘቡ ክጥርነፉ ጀሚሮም። እዚ ቀስ ብቐስ ኣብ ሙሉእ ኣሜሪካ ተዘርጊሑ ኣብ 1970 ኤርትራውያን ንናጽነት ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ማለት ኤናስኣ ዝብል ማሕበር ንምምስራት በቂዖም። ኤናስኣ ብዲስፕሊን ዝተሃንጸን ብውፍያት ኣባላት መብዛሕትኦም ትሕቲ 25 ዓመት ዝነበሮም መንእሰያት ዝቆመ ማሕበር ነይሩ። እቲ ኣብ ሰብዓታት ብኤርትራውያን ንናጽነት ኣብ ሰሜን ኣሜሪካ ዝተፈለመ ሓፋሽ ውድባት ኣብ 80ታት ኣብ ግዜ ቃልሲ ዓንቢቡ ኣብ ትሕቲ ህዝባዊ ግንባር ሓርነት ኤርትራ ምስ ሜዳ ዝነበረ ኩነታት እናተወሃሃደ ዓበይቲ ፕሮጀክታት እንዳካየደ ብንዋትን ዓቕምን ህዝቢ ኣብ ጎኑ ኣሰሊፉ ኣብቲ ምጸላኢ ዝግበር ዝነበረ ቀጻሊ ጥምጥማት ዓብ ተራ ተጻዊቱ እዩ። ሓፋሽ ውድባት ኣብ ተስዓታቱን ቃልሱን እናሰላሰለ ኣብቲ ሃገር ንምውሓዝ ዝነበረ ጥምትም ህዝቢ ኣብ ጎኑ ኣሰሊፉ ኣንጻር ወያንን ኣሳሰይቱን ጌና ሕጂ እውን ኣብ ዝካየድ ዘሎ መኸተ ዓብ ኣበርክቶ ብምግባር ቃልሱ ይቕጽል ኣሎ። ስለዚ ክቡራት ተዓዘብቲ ነቲ ካብ ሰብዓታት ጀሚሩ ዝካየድ ዝነበረ ንጥፈታት ሓፋሽ ውድባት ዘንጸባርቕ ብስእን መልክዕ ቀሪቡ ዘሎ ክትከታተሉ ዕድሜና እዩ። ሰናይ ምክትታል ዓወት ንሓፋሽ
من كمان منيو كرسعو قفقيناي بعالعونا كوش
ما يرأي إذا حدث كان نتيمة ألماء بكا هانجر سترايك بأبالات محبر من السيد بأبنبار حرنة إرترا بكا همامات إيه يتغيروا أبتوان قالسي حزب إرتران قالسي حزب إرترا بعلم المقوحن فاشتاو تغوارات درقي نمكلحن توقسو تجعت أبالات محبر من السيد بورحي 3 ኣብ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ ኣፍ ደገ ኤምባሲ ሕብረት ሶቪየት ናይ ቲሜት ኣልማ ጀሚሮም እቶም መንእሰያት ማለት ኣልያም ሃብተ ማርያም ወልዱ ፈቃዱ ሓሰን ሓሽም ማንኤል በየነ በረኸት ተኽለ በረኸት በራይስ ኢብራሂም ገቢል ነፍሴር ኢብራሂም ገቢል ሳህለ ተስፋ ሚካኤል ግርማይ በርሀን እዮም ነይሮም እቲ ናይ መግቢ ብሕሳም ንኣስታት 12 መዓልቲ ብምቕጻል ኣብ መጨረሻ ምስ ናይ ሕብረት ሶቪየት ኤምባሲ ብዝተገብረ ዝርርብ ዛዚሞሞ
حبوريرو ودام عقلي ودام عقلي سكريو مريت زحلفن تاريخ صنعاتي صنعاتي زحبونو لو دغانو تاريخ الله خبيث لخي سجارتي كرهوس سرناي بساس مراي عتيق يحب دم حرم قلت يا زنا بري لواح مريت يومان صقام مستزرق نمت حويلي معاولا تقادراي قبر نشم زحارني إلى برقود تخردني أو ياد كوريت أبلال ما عرضي برتو نسوب نيرو زحاربتو زحاربتو أبجل ما ربع صبا قدم حلقو بدار بابوما لواح مريت وكاو قزيز تدفنا لن أو كتكراي كذكراي كذكراي هاي بارنتو هاي تسني حلوك تاريخ راشدناي عبيدخاي باريوكينات سما فرات دقانو عازم الملت عباي زحل عردين نقفة بعد الدم حقوق حتين ربع الجن ربع الجن عردين نقفة بعد الدم حقوق حتين ربع الجن ربع الجن عردين نقفة بعد الدم حقوق حتين ربع الجن
عسبسا سني ملكا ما تساني أمبريكي أسبري يا ليلي قعسلا إنتني قاعلك مسا يا ليلي قعسلا سني قاعهدا بسا يا ليلي قعسلا سني قاعهدا بسا
سلمى ستيا أبايكا ومع القبلة الدلي دليا تصور وتكل قلب عباي رتريا اسعد حبن لكم سلماي سديا عبايكا وبعل قبلة دليا تاريخنا حروتي يكون وقرر لا أمورودي مقطنهم كمسل أولاد يسرر لا يمن جبر بجلاجي عبي ونموش للبادر من الحلمو زي ما حلمهم يتفسر شنو الحزن اللي تبنوم بأسر إريتريا مشاماتا اتقلبنا لتلم حادق وأسر تاريخ بدير حلفا بحبنو ويومتين دقاقا مطعن فارس انت وتفارس عود التقاقم تاريخ بدير حلفا بحبنو ويومتين دقاقا مطعن إريتريا كهلي ساياتا حق ربي كهبت حقتا قلت أدمم نقلع عصر شختا وقلت عمرا فيتا ولا حرتا قلت أفر رزقا من قبتا قلت ملحبا وشباتتا عزازك بدلا فيك ممور إريتريا لقطر اللي تعبتا العدكا انتاتو دمانا وقتين صاور باروت وحسين يكمر على لي كتت وقسين وقتين أبايك هم القبا والدفين العدكا انتاتو دمانا وقتين صاور باروت وحسين يكمر على لي كتت وقسين وقتين أبايك هم القبا والدفين قدين أبايك هم القبا والدفين فارس قدين أبايك هم القبا والدفين قدين أبايك هم القبا والدفين قدين أبايك هم القبا والدفين فارس قدين أبايك هم القبا والدفين ديما انت حبنا عيب ما شفرة وكدنا كمان حتى انت ودمان كشعك قدين بأله بكا وريد يبوس عطلقا حاضر بعد مراني أتمم كهل أماني أتمم كهل أماني أتمم كهل أماني حاضر بعد مراني أتمم كهل أماني ديما أنت أحبنا عيب ما شفرة وكدنا دمان عدك أنتاتو ودم أنكش عكاتو قدين بأله بدكا وريد يبوس عطلقا وريد يبوس عطلقا وريد يبوس عطلقا شفرة وكدنا دمان عكان تاتو ودمان كشعكاتو قدين بأله بدكا وريد يبوس عطلقا حاضر بعال مرانك أتمم كهل أمانك
عمت عبدو صبيرنا نحل زبن عنزا قلسنا نمننتنا نزا خبرنا مرور بلينا بنسنتنا اي دمرات كرتتي سدتي قدلي وننت تسهرينا ده فحبتني الله فقد هاجر الرسنا تنينا بتحيال نح الزكاء الجنة نزا مننت نزا خبرنا خي مننت 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 هاتهم زواج عسر هاجر زهاجر والله يمسبله عبدم صنعت جيجنا نغلي اي بلناندو يبلناندو 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 تقدم سلفي دمن كناتن اجانا خوينو ويتبركو ويتوغنو كبرنا دفيرم اظم عمستي ماننتنا ግን ርስቲ hey አይ ይበልናንዶ 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 ተቀደም ስለሆነ نوسي كبيرة يمان زقام زي قاقلو أماي هاجري حواز زي بلو هي دمرها ذكرتنا سدتنا قدرنا هي دمسة دمنا تدرقتنا دمنا رهاتنا منتنا وكل حداي سمنا تمثالنا زمات زينزا تولي ناينا اي دمرات كرتتنا سدتنا تقتلنا منت تدقيها ودي بيغنجي مانغاتا اندي تدقيها
ودي بيغنجي مانغاتا أتوا أنا تتكجي أنا ما الإكرارتا وكابهن كم شمال لدروية النتا قد كوغكم حوالي وام كوغت حماتا أنا حول قسكو غطاني قلر أيا حول قسكو ولا حول قسكو شانت قلر أيا يتعود كنت أقمي وحبوك تقوم دايا حول قسكو أنا حول قسكو غطاني قلر أيا ولا حول قسكو شانت تقلر أيا حول قسكو
هاجر السماي وذا سحكات في شغلها مسكم نجرو عبد وستها وتجمرا من السنارو ببنديرها عبد عفها لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي ناخد ودسا ما زاد نسا أنت حيواي إلا قسني خبلتها هاجر السماي وذا سحكات في شغلها مسكم نجرو عبد وستها وتجمرا من السنارو ببنديرها عبد عفها روحي زنا أنا خزبية نابي يديك خدو بينايا كما خام في لي حمامي يمسى خام في لي خزل علي خزل علي عبيد كتزن عبيد تفقرنا تخانو زي زحلي فرق لنا نخصبه نابي ما فقدو بيني مستخام الرحح حمامي طبقة مقفل الموتي السماي وزا سحكات في شغتها مسكم نقرو عبد وستخا والتا جمرا مسنادرو ببانديرخا عبد عفخا لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي لا لي برخان حاكي تعري خان تايزعب صدقي روحي زنا أنا خزبايا نابا يديك خدو بينايا كابا خام فلي حمامي مسخا مفلي موتي خزل علي وانا خزل علي عبيد كتنا عبيد تفكرنا تخانو زي زحلي تخانو زي زحلي فرق لنا نخصمي نبي ما قدو بيني مستغام الرح حق حمامي كبقى مفل الموت ساقي غفاري غساس نزلتك هتغسل عبنا ما خدوس زنتقي يا خالد تنفو كتبك سيقدفو دي اللقم مسبلة بس فختار خلنا أنا خزبايا نابا يديك خدو وينايا كوا خمر حمامي مساقا مثل الموت كبرنا عخايقو ساقي غفاري غساس نزلتك هتغسل عبنا ما خدوس زنتقي يا خالد تنفو كتبك سيقدفو دي اللقم مسبلة بس فختار خلنا أنا خزبايا نابا يديك خدو وينايا كوا خمر حمامي مساقا مثل الموت
لخي هقري تحمي لخي تحمي لخي إريترا تحمي لخي السبح حمك هزبهل شمكايدو نسقين بالبال الزحمرك زبان شمكولن قتل زمهاركي مقدا تحمي لخي هقري تحمي لخي تحمي لخي إريترا تحمي لخي سبح مقاز بهال شو خير نسخين نبلبل نزح مرك زبان شكلن قتل زمهاركي بقدار تمالي من كنياتاتي أسند سبوق الشغلولي مش زفلتو بعلي صنعت مالتي إريتراونات أبرهو بوال أبسم كركنات أب حنت والتا أب حنت قنات حبيبك من بار حبيبك موات هاهي نانا نانا أب كل خنداي زنبق زمال خمو خمي لو خرسا عوراي بيتي بعليك السرا عند متكلكي مليسي تسنع راني نعاخي العلم فقاري إذا فقري ماني من باراي زنبر زلاب ولي على شهبلكم بمعبل تخسي بحميتها دوخي تملاسي هاهي آها تحمل أخي هقرأ تحمل أخي تحمل أخي إريترا تحمل أخي سيسرح مكواز بهال شو خيرو نسخين نبلبل نزح مرك زبن شوكولن قتل زمهاركي بقدار تمالي من كنياتاتي أسند سبوق الشغلولي مش زفلتو بعلي صنعت مالتي إريتراونات أبرهو بوال أبسم كركنات أب حنت والتا أب حنت قنات حبيبك من بار حبيبك موات هاهي نانا نانا أب كل خنداي زنبق زمال خمو خمي لو خرسا عوراي بيتي بعليك السرا عند متكلكي مليسي تسنع راني نعاخي العلم فقاري إذا فقري ماني من باراي زنبر زلاب ولي على شهبلكم بمعبل تخسي بحميتها دوخي تملاسي هاهي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسم كي يلعال بانا بهانكي معاسي خوي كنديل اندي خيد مقطب اندي لا 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 تحامي موت حامي اللي اللي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسم كي يلعال بانا برهانكي معاسي خوي انديل اندي خيد مقطق انديل لا 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 تحامي موت حامي اللي اللي قلت مسقزع نفسي نيحيك حنن مليسوني حي يلعال نداسم كي يلعال وانا بحكي مع السخوان اندير اندي غيد مقدق اندير لا 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 لا
تفطرة تسلملم تسفى التلملم تفطرة تسلملم زافلي فلما زافلي فلما قبل البيعيمة قبل البيعيمة هاجري سكنتي من هانيتي نفسي هاجري ريسي هاجري هاجري بابا عندي تنسى نسي بخوني عدست عتاني عدنه بخوني عدست عتاني معاركة بربري معاركة بربري ما تانكت كبري ما تانكت كبري هاجري مستقل بالمدعني نفسي هاجري بريتقي هاجري هاجري مستقلتكي بعلنا خنحفصو فوق مليئو مدري بيتك الرسو زخرخ خنب وترو مستلالة قنعت قنتي كتنطن زبالة هاجري مستقنتي مدهانيتي نفسي هاجري ريزقي هاجري هاجري عيتدكمي كتو عيت السنفني بحريخ الخيتر موتيت خوني كتنبق بابا متى انتبلوني عبتحت تلالكي انت زخبوني فتوتو زفات وكي حقب حقب عيني زبككي ما أسكال كوينو تاي مسيلوكي ناتي بمخانكي ناتي عسيا زحر فكي هاجري فتوتو زفات وكي حقب
Hi everyone, how are you? Today's presentations for the virtual Eritrean Festival in the USA is going to be focusing on geographic information systems, GIS. And my name is Gurmai Araya and I teach Eritrean Studies at the Adal Eritrean Studies School in Washington, D.C., as well as working as a geoscientist in the field. Geographic information systems is going to be our focus for education and learning about our heritage. GIS is utilized in data mapping, the context to explain the culture that the Eritrean diaspora kids, Erispora, have. And so we're excited today. We've got a great group of people. I'm going to introduce the first person I want to introduce is Binyam Solomon, who's the director of the Adal School in Washington, D.C. And he's going to tell us a little bit about Adal.
Thank you, Gurmai. My name is Binyam Solomon. I don't know that I would consider myself a director. The school is run by volunteers. I'm one of the volunteer and coordinator for the Adal School in Washington, D.C. The school has been running for over 20 years now, and it's run, like I said, mostly by volunteers. We teach language, history, and culture. We have classes for elementary, middle, and high school students. Right now, due to the COVID-19, the classrooms had been moved online, and we're teaching over Zoom. The summer session has been going on for a while, and we had classes for elementary, middle, and high school students on Sundays. Teacher volunteer Girmay Araya, Simrat Belai and Dawit Hafte had been teaching the classes over the summer, and they've been really doing a wonderful job. And part of what they're doing today, the presentation, are some of the students that and some of the activities they did over the summer. We have plans to continue the classes in the fall online due to COVID-19. And when COVID-19 is hopefully resolved, we'll get back to teaching the classes inside the community center. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Binyam Solomon. Yeah, I would say that you've been involved for a long time, volunteering, organizing, and helping the community through teaching kids. And we've been honored to join you over the years to be volunteer teachers. This summer has been very interesting. We've been doing a variety of studies, language, art, and one of the key things we've been doing with the students is mapping their Eritrean connections. How are they connected to Eritrea virtually by looking at maps, where the places are on the map. Everything from the older kids learning about water volume and resources down to the elementary school kids learning about the various zones, regions, Zobatat, and then you've got the middle school kids, diving in and mapping detailed personal connections to Eritrea. So it's been a very powerful tool. And today we're joined by three students. Two of them are from the adult school, and one of them is actually from another program. His name is Abil Kasai. Abil Johannes Kasai. He's a rising high school junior. He is working on a mapping water resources and conservation in Eritrea. And Abil, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Can you describe your project for us? And then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions on that before we get into a demo, but really excited about your project. Tell us about your project.
Hey, thank you, G-Man. So I did Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, and what that is basically data visualization. Mm-hmm. So it shows tables and mappings and whatnot, and yeah, so you can like convert it from like an Excel spreadsheet into Power BI. It'll get in the data, it'll feed you data right back at you in a more cleaner way.
Excellent. I'm going to also introduce the other two students, and then we're going to come back to you, Ariel, and you're going to give us a hands-on demonstration. So get ready, and I'm going to tell you to share your screen. You're going to do that, all right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. The other students that we have with us today are Mele Girmay and Rime Girmay. Mele is a rising 8th grader, and Rime is a rising 6th grader. Mele, can you describe your project for us?
Hi, thank you. We are excited to be here, and we have mapped different aspects of Eritrea, such as the regions and mountains and historic landmarks.
How about Rime? What was your involvement in the project?
Yeah, we've been using GIS a lot to map our project and find different places on like Google Maps and organize our data onto Google Maps.
So you guys are more focused on the demographic, geographic, national level. Whereas Abiel, we're going to start with you. You're focused on water conservation and resource management, which is a very important topic. Before you get into the demonstration, I want to ask you a couple of questions, right? What did you learn out of this project, and what excites you about this project? And so at a high level, and then we're going to dive in and do a quick demo, okay?
Sure.
All right, tell me a little bit about your project, a little more than when I did the introduction. What did you learn about Eritrea, water and resources, and why did you do this project beyond the actual how to do it?
Yes, so I did the Eritrean dams, how much water is in each dam, different types of dams in Eritrea, and what zoba and what sub-zoba it's in. And I learned that it's not as complex as I thought it would be like a couple weeks ago, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. So once you got into it, you were able to start figuring out that this is just data and you got tools.
Yeah, it's just data.
Show us your demonstration. Go ahead and do a share screen. And meanwhile, so the GIS is essentially a data analysis platform driven with and resulting with geography in mind. So you're able to map data based on where it is and how it's related to everything else. So excellent. So tell us about your landing page here, Adil.
So right here, it's just some just fun facts. So right here is the rainfall in the average year. As you can see, Eritrea right over here, it's dry. It's very dry.
So right on the border, dry and very dry, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
And so it's very important to have water conservation, and it's important to have a GIS to make sure you understand the volume, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to us a little more about what you found out. Maybe you could show us a little query or two.
Yes. So what this is it's machine learning, so artificial intelligence, AI. So it's just like Google. If you type in how many is LD, it'll show you there's about 25 large dams in Eritrea. So I'll show you a demonstration. MD, let's do medium dams. How many MD? Pop up 16. There's 16 medium dams in Eritrea.
Right, and medium dams have what? What's the range for medium dams?
So as you can see right here, medium dams is between 500,000 to 1 million cubic
meters. Yeah.
Water, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great. And then as you can see, how many ponds do we have in Eritrea that you were able to see out of this data set? That's interesting.
Yes. How many? 94.
Those are just the ones that you had in your data available with the.
Yes, it's just a sample data.
Sample data, yeah.
There's way more dams in Eritrea.
Excellent.
Ponds and micro dams.
I see that you have some fun facts. Maybe tell us a little more about that.
Yes. So right here, these are the 4 largest Eritrean rivers. We have Seba, Barka, Marib, and Sitit. So
water resources at the bottom right, some fun facts about water.
Yes, access to water. It's just fun facts. At independence 1991, only 7% of rural and about 30% of urban population had access to portable, safe drinking water.
Mm-hmm. Look at that jump. It's a huge jump, isn't it?
Yes, huge jump.
And so, yeah, let's keep going. Let's show us some categorization that you have on that capacity.
Yes, so capacity by category.
And I see that you have very detailed data on the bottom right there.
Yes, let me zoom out a little bit.
This is the location of all the. Tell us a little bit more about this map, Abil.
So this map is just mapping for a mapping visualization.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, some dots are bigger than others.
Yep.
So that means the big dots are basically large dams, as you can see right here. So this one is Gaitelai. This is
Gaitelai, over just south of Dinda. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it's on your way to Massawa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it's right on the just off the road there. Only going from Asmara south towards Massawa. What is that? 50,000 or 50 million?
50 million.
50 million cubic meters of water. Huge.
Yes.
Right. And how long ago was this built? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago? It's very recent.
Yes, very recent. I've been there too.
You have?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the Karkabet in the Gashbarka region. I see that you have some big ones, and then you have a couple of big ones in the middle of Ndogub as well.
Yes. This one is
maybe you can zoom in a little bit. That'll help.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we can see it really nicely here right away. Good job. This is excellent work.
Yes, so this is Karkabet.
Mhm.
It's also a large dam, and the capacity is 150 million.
Yeah, this is, I remember when this was being built and it transformed that area. So 150 million cubic meters of water capacity.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
That's essentially a lake, huge lake.
Yes.
Did you, have you visited that yet?
No, I have not. I've only been to Gaitala.
Okay, I'm sure that's going to be now in your plans now that you're doing this kind of mapping project, right? You're going to do some
Yes.
physical in-person surveys.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, show us. I know I'm always interested in data and how it's broken out. Maybe you can show us a Zoba view of this data. What do you think?
Yes.
And then, zoom out a little bit so we can see the entire city, and maybe change the base map because it's very dark in this base map.
Yes.
This is a interesting base map. It's very easy. This is for navigation, right?
Yes. So I'll do OpenStreetMap.
Have you been to the Sawa recently?
Can you repeat that again?
Have you been to Sawa recently?
Yes, we went last year.
So you don't remember seeing Karkabet when we went there?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's the one. That's Karkabet. I just
remember,
remembered.
yes.
I knew I knew you from somewhere. It's from Sawa.
Yes.
Excellent. So zoom in and show us a little bit about your data based on your analysis doing it by Zoba, which is important because, you know, it gives us a sense of the volume of water by area, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this right here, it's Southern Red Sea. That's the Zoba.
Mhm.
And you can see right here, this one's an outlier.
What kind of issue did you have with that? Why did that come up? That's an interesting data problem.
So some of the digits, when I convert it to decimal points,
Mhm.
They weren't as precise. So one of the digits were off. So that's why it went flying to the Red Sea.
Mhm.
So that's why it's
You'll
like
be
that.
able to fix that on your, as you clean up the data and improve it, right? This
Yes.
is just a data
It's just sample,
precision
yes.
issue. Good job, Abel. How much Southern Red Sea? What do you got? 390 million?
Yeah.
Or is that millions or
390,000.
390,000 meters cubic meters of water. That's a lot of water.
Yes.
That's a very dry area, right? That's the
Mhm.
Dana Depression. So still, the fact that and then once you add new data, you'll be able to see how much change there is over time, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, show us another region. I think people are always interested to see what's going on in the middle of the country and then in the west. So this is the south and east. Let's go over to the middle and see what's going on over there. This is excellent. This is one of the very, very important millennial MDGs that Eritrea has met, which is potable water, right? Meeting the potable water requirements. I think now it's 90% potable water access. And visualizing that and where that water is coming from and so on is important. So this is good work. So talk to us about Zoba and Saba. And you gotta zoom out a little bit so we can see the rest of that area. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, there you go. How much do we have in Zoba and Saba? And that's all the dams in Zoba and Saba. We're only looking at those. Is that right?
Yes. Just that Zoba.
Wow, they have how many dams do they have over there? 49?
Yes, 49.
Good
Yeah.
Lord, and look at that. The difference in water in Zoba and Saba versus the southern Red Sea region. How much more is that? Is that about 100,000 more? I'm sorry, 100 million cubic meters more?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
As
my favorite part of Eritrea is obviously the Gashabarka, which is huge in agriculture.
Yes.
And let's see what we got over there.
So this is.
And this is, oh, look at that, and it jumps up by about 25 million cubic meters in volume, right? So this is a great analysis tool where you're able to ingest data and start to do BI. What's BI stand for again? Business intelligence, I think.
Yes, business intelligence.
And in this case, it's country intelligence, knowing details about the country. This is excellent work and work in progress. Tell me, what excited you about doing this project while you were doing it? What did you learn? What are you hoping to learn as you go?
Well, I'm hoping to learn, like, how can I describe this?
Take your time. What was the exciting part about this? Was it the data, moving data around?
Yes, the data. I love data and analytics and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing that stuff.
And that allowed you to connect with your culture, heritage, country.
Yes.
And you're doing that two things at the same time, doing data science and mapping and learning about Eritrea at the same time, I think.
Yes, that inspired me to do this too. The two connections, I can put two and two together.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Let's look at what you got. I think you have one more area that you wanted to show us.
Yes.
My subzoba, which is also more granular, right? You're diving further into the data. Talk to me about this. Ooh, look at that. You're like looking at just elaborate, right?
Yes.
That's an example of a very able to slice and query the data very particularly.
Yes.
Do you know what elaborate is known for, Abel?
What's it known for?
It's the best oranges.
Oh, really?
That's what they say anyway. Tell me a little more about this data. Show me some more.
So yes, this is just divided into different subzobas. There's a bunch you can see here. So a lot of subzobas. And as you can see here, there's about 21 dams in that subzoba, but there's more. It's just sample data. So there's more than 21 dams in the area. And as you can see here, there's also the two rivers,
right,
that surround a couple of these dams.
Right. Now, what are those two rivers called again?
Ooh.
I think one is called Ansaba, Ruba Ansaba, right? And the other one is Gashbarka.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of water that flows, and it's kind of that area. I want you to take notes for a future project is to look at this in 3D, and you'll see why that area has a lot of water. It's a valley right in the middle of all these mountains, and the water flows there, and you can see that it's easily. And this is the next iteration of your research. What else should we talk about? Give us a quick assessment of data and what you learned, and we're going to go to the next presentation, but I want to give you a chance to tell us a little more about your project, because this is a very exciting project.
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, I learned that I can use my heritage and put together what I want to do for my career. I can put those two together, as I said. So that's what I've learned, and that's not that hard either. When I came on to work on this, I thought, whoa, when I watched a couple of videos on how to do mapping, stuff like that, I thought, whoa, this is gonna be very hard, complex. But now it's not that hard. You just converts data.
Kill two birds with one stone. Learn about your heritage and build your career.
Yes.
Excellent. Wonderful. We are going to come back to you for questions a little more maybe, but we're going to go to the next segment here in a second. The last segment was water conservation and water resources in Eritrea, presented by Abel Kahsai, Abel Johannes Kahsai, and that was an excellent project. And now we're going to be showing a presentation by Mele Girmay and Rime Girmay. Mele is a rising 8th grader and Rime is a rising 6th grader. Mele, tell us about your project. What's the topic of your project?
Okay, hi. So our project is about mapping different aspects of Eritrea, such as we focused on geography of the cities and the regions and mountains and such.
Okay, so you're covering sociological, demographic, and geophysical aspects of the country.
Yeah, since we've been using like GIS a lot in the past couple of years, we wanted to make this this Google My Map that we've been working on.
Excellent. Yeah, I was going to ask you about what technology you guys are using because Abiel, he was telling us about his, it was a Power BI and GIS. In your case, you guys used a lot of open source tools. Tell us a little more about the tools that you use, Rime.
We used like a Google My Map, a Google Slide, and Melly was using some different resources to like build up the Zobas and the sub-Zobas.
Excellent. So what did you learn, Mele? What did you learn from this project?
So we've learned about the relations of the different places of Eritrea.
Give me an example of that.
So here, let me give you an example that's good.
Without necessarily mapping, and you can just tell me, so is it an example, is it a relation of, let's say, culture and language and ethnic group where they live, for example? Would that be something you learned?
Connections of different aspects. So for example, how the ethnic groups, where they live in the specific regions, the mountains in accordance to our history.
Okay.
I have some examples we'll go over.
Excellent. And what excited you the most, Mele?
This was a really exciting project. We found some important parts of Eritrean history, like some of the things that we put on our map were really important, such as the Adal Gobo, which is what our school is named after. I'm gonna let
Means
Rime.
what does Gobo mean again? Mountain? Yeah, your volume just went out, Mele. I want to come back to you. Rime, so what was fun and exciting for you when you worked on this project?
I was excited that we were going to be able to do a project about Eritrea because like that's where we're from, and use GIS to like share our findings and tell other people and like let other people see what we have made.
That's exciting, right? And your part, you said something about your area was doing some of the visual parts, while Mele, you were involved in data gathering, is what I understand.
Yeah, and so we've organized it. Rime will be talking about the regions and capitals.
Okay.
I'll be talking about the mountains and landmarks.
All right. So there's no better time than the present. Let's dive in and get a demonstration, shall we? Maybe Mele, you can share your screen and guide the demonstration for us.
Yeah. Here you go. Rime will start us off with the capitals and regions.
Okay, so our map is organized by 6 regions, and inside the regions there are subregions. We organized it by like there's 6 colors of the rainbow. So we the 6 regions of the Eritrean map is like how the subregions are organized. So as like yellow would be like Bahari and has all the subregions different shades, so you can easily get through that.
Oh, okay, I like that. Can you show us the other regions? I love the way you did that. And then zoom in a little bit more for us as you do.
Zoba Dabub is blue. Zoba Makal is orange. Manawik Bahari is purple. Gashbarba is green, and Zoban Saba is like red.
Can you zoom out just a little more so the viewers can get a better sense of what you're doing? I see you have El Berida also in the middle of the country. Okay. So tell us a little bit of what you discovered and or how you organize the data. This is a general map, but you're able to dive in and get details.
Yeah, so
Mela, you can start and then remake, please.
Okay. Could you repeat that?
Well, tell us a little more about the data, how it's organized, and what kind of information you can get out of it.
So we organized it from going outwards to inwards. So we organized it first by the regions, and by sub-regions, then mountains and other landmarks within those regions.
Okay. Well, let's do a quick query. Maybe click on something. What can you tell me as a user? Can you hear me,
I can
Mela?
hear you. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So if I'm using your map, what are some of the questions I can answer? What are the queries I can do?
So first of all, we have some facts within each region, so you could learn about that. We have some icons for different landmarks as well that we will talk about.
Okay.
So Remay will go ahead and tell us about the different regions, and we have facts for each.
Oh, okay. So when you click on a region, this is what you get, a pop-up with data?
Yes. So the Ansaba region is 23,200 kilometers squared, and the population in the Ansaba region is 549,000 people. The ethnic groups found here are Tigrinya, Tigre, Hadareb, and Bilan. Zoban Saba is named after the Ansaba River, which goes through it, and Kepkebet Dam, which is one of the largest dams in Eritrea, is located in this region.
Okay, so that's an interesting way to discover data about Eritrea, right? You can click on it.
Yeah, it's very interactive.
Very interactive map. Are you guys going to publish this map when you're done with it, so it'll be online and anybody can see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. What else can you show us? What kind of, can I do a query, or do I? Is it?
Click the search bar at the top, Melly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Say you want to find Nafa. Click search up Nafa, and then wait, and then enter.
And search it.
If it gives you Nafa.
Okay, and then it highlights it for you. Okay.
So you have some facts now, like different landmarks, and then you can go into query. So first of all, we have Nafa here, which is one of the pinpointed spots. Other important landmarks. It was the headquarters of the armed struggle and the only place always liberated and never occupied.
Good point.
Another one of our landmarks is Badme down here on the border between Gashbarka and, between
Can you get rid of the regions one line?
Oh yeah, it's overlapping.
And so this is a scale problem, right, with the data?
Yeah, it's just we had to use a lot of data and laying it. We had to add layers and overlap it, so that was part of the problem.
But what were you able to do to solve that problem? Is basically separate out the layers.
So first of all, you can zoom in, which kind of, it doesn't resolve the whole problem, but it takes away most of it. Also, the cool thing about Google My Maps is you can press this. So when this check mark is on, the Eritrean regions that we have, the outline that's messed up is there. But if we uncheck mark it, it goes away.
Yeah.
So layer control.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoom in on that and show us a little bit about that area around Badime.
You can also change the base map, so Melanie, you can change it to satellite view.
Yeah. You can change it to base map too. But so Badme was where the second war mostly took place. It was the border war between Eritrea and Ethiopia, and occupation over Badme was a big dispute. We also have, let me go up here. We have the Dahlak archipelago over here. Too much.
And a lot of people don't remember that other than when they see the map, and it's got a lot of islands, huh? A lot of marine resources there.
There are two main large ones and about 100 something smaller ones.
So let me ask you guys a couple of questions. Wait, before I do that, maybe you have a few more things you want to show us.
I have a couple more.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a mountain called, there's a mountain called Gobo Aral, which is what the Aral school is named after.
Oh, yeah.
And it was where the war started, like the Eritrean war.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melly, tell us more about that.
The Eritrean War started here on September 1st, 1961 by Hamid Idris Awate.
Can you zoom in so we can get a better view of that mountain? Gobo means mountain, right?
Gobo and Imba, right?
Imba, another way.
The cool thing about Google My Maps is it also leaves the coordinates.
And you can use those for what?
Well, for mapping and geocoding.
Well, you can you get rid of the color so they can see the mountain better?
Where?
The layer.
Which
You mean you can turn off the sub-region layer?
Oh yeah, I can turn that one off.
Okay, now what does that do?
I'll take away the color and the divisions in between inside the regions.
So if you turn off the pop-up, what can we see? Can we see the mountain?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know how much it goes in, but
It goes in pretty deep. There you go.
see the outline.
You can see where the mountain is right around that.
Lines and the texture.
This is where that started. How about Sawa? Can you show us where Sawa is?
So Sawa is in Gashbarka over here. We went there last year, but let me turn on the sub-region thing again. Start organizing it. Yeah, it's in this. It's over here. The cool thing about the maps is you can search up Sawa. I gave Sawa Airport, but
You remember where Sawa Airport is? Did you see it? Have you been to Sawa?
yeah, one of the airports we put in.
Yeah, there's an airport there, which is
Pointed it.
big airport. Okay. And so this is Sawa. Maybe you can see how big it is, right? And there's an airport right in the middle of it.
It's really large.
Turn that off, the pop-up, so we can get a see. Maybe turn off the layer so we can see that. It's like a city now, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So there's an airport, and this is Sawa. Zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
You zoomed in too far.
There's
Zoom out a little more, please. So you can see there's a, what's that river there? Do you have remember what the river is there?
Barca, I'm pretty sure. So gosh. We have some more mountains. We can just go over it. We have Masoira, Takara, Darho.
What's Mbasera? Tell us a little bit about Mbasera.
It's the highest point of Eritrea.
And zoom out and so we can see the context as to where that is. Nice. Okay, so zoom out and maybe put the regions back on.
You can see where the bottom of the mountain is too.
What Zoba is that in?
Masoira.
It's in Debu. I mean, no, just Zabadabu.
Zabadabu.
Is it in Zobadabu?
Right here.
And what? Click on that. Let's see. So it's what's the name of the sub-region? There you go. Sanafe. It's near Sanafe.
Yeah. Let me check this out. Sanafe. It is Sanafe.
And you got the Zoba data this from where did you get the administrative? It looks like you got that from an international data source.
Yeah, we have the sources on this page I'll show at the end. And so I had to layer it. I had to download it and layer it on top of this map.
What was the process for that call? What kind of data did you have to get for that? What is the data format called?
It was.
Okay, what?
This was, it had to be a specific type. It wouldn't work otherwise. But these are our resources. I think if I go there, I can show you. Wrong one.
KML. Yeah.
KML is a Google GIS format.
Yeah, we used KMZ.
And so you downloaded data from here, and then what?
After we downloaded it, we had to put it in a file and open it up on here. So you can add a layer. You can't go over 10. And so when you add the layer, it shows up on your map.
Okay. Excellent. Let me ask you a couple questions, and then we're going to wrap up with a general Q&A for everybody. This is a great project, guys. I'm really looking forward to this ongoing project that you guys have to add more data, and then also maybe work with Abel to link up. Rime, tell me what the most exciting part of this so far has been for you, learning about GIS.
It was like really exciting just seeing the project come together and like the finished, well, not really finished, but like seeing how like how it looked at the when we present it.
Okay. And then Mele, what did you get out of this so far? What are you learning?
I had a lot of fun with this, working with Rime too, and we got to map out a lot of, so we knew about what a lot of these places were, and it was fun to see how far they were from each other and their relation. Can I add a fact?
Yeah, that'd be great.
One of the facts that we've been learning, and actually with the elementary school too, if you check out their video for the festival, they learned about the potash in the Danakil Desert, one of the world's best fertilizers.
And where is that actually?
It is, Danakil Desert is down here off that triangle.
Right on that yellow one, right?
The triangle right there.
Just the north of the yellow. No, just north of there actually.
National Geographic named it one of the most hottest and beautiful place on the planet.
Yeah.
One of the most.
Excellent. Listen, I'm going to pull back now from focusing on just that, and this is a cue for getting to the next segment for us and talking about GIS, Eritrean diaspora, education for kids, and linking back and learning about culture and technology and all of that. So we're going to come back with a segment that is going to take it to a quick dialogue with everybody, and then we're going to wrap it up. Sound good? I do remember though, one of the things that we did when we were in adult school is that the middle school kids were learning about the ethnic groups and locations. So maybe that's something that they can talk about as well, Melly and Rime.
Can I go ahead?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so for the middle school, I organized a Google Slides where we all wrote some facts about each of the 9 tribes. We had 11 students, including me and Rime, that took some time and
then did you guys build, or are you building an ethnic map?
yeah, we're going to, if you, we had this map from earlier.
Oh, you did show that earlier.
Can I show it?
Yeah.
Really quickly. So we have this nice map that has all the ethnic groups and where they're located.
So you guys
Mostly.
are going to create a GIS layer for that?
Yeah.
So I think the connection here is using technology to connect kids with their culture, and at the same time also learning some tools for their career.
Absolutely. So what's wonderful about the summer session has been that as they learn about Eritrean history and culture, they're able to use modern technology to link back to where are those cultures located, where are those rivers and mountains and historical areas are located, and that's been really wonderful. Also, this has been just as educational for me as this has been for them, as we watch them do some of these activities, and they're pulling this data and looking for this data. It's also been educational for us as we pull this data and we map it. We've also been learning along with them, and it's been wonderful. We're currently discussing the start of the fall season. The summer just ended, and so we're planning to start maybe in early October. and we're trying to see if we can add other students. The challenge with this is that if the classroom gets too big, then it's a little hard to manage. But then, you know, we can get more volunteers and set up more classes since it's online. But that's in discussion, and we'll have more information available soon once we finish the preparation.
The adult school is a part of the North American Eritrean Communities Organization, so it's very easy to relate with all of those, and I'm sure it's going to be something that we'll be able to do over the next 6 months to a year. But yeah, I think it's the tools are all online. You know, everything from Zoom to Google Classroom, and the children all over the United States know how to use these tools. There's no training for them on how to use Google and Zoom. Obviously, the teachers need to get that training, right? Like we said. So I think that's possible and we have to get on. And I bet the kids know this has been fun. They meet a lot of, they meet weekly. Every week they're meeting, and they're setting up ad hoc meetings during the week to learn about specific topics, or they're making maps. Maybe if I can go around with the kids to bring you guys into the conversation, you know, Abel, can you tell us about your experience using GIS and tools, or maybe with other kids, Eritrean kids, or American kids, or Eritrean American kids? Tell us a little more about your experience, and who else are you working with, or we're planning to work with?
Yeah, so in the future, I'm hoping to work with some of the Eritrean kids back in Eritrea, more around like my age, around the high school age, so that they have a better understanding that can help their country out with this information that I have done. And also not just them, but also kids in like North America, and hopefully like kids in Europe and whatnot. Eritrean kids are like around the globe, so they can do this too if they have a passion for this. If they want to do what I'm doing, I can show them.
Excellent. I really like that. You know, it's about doing what your passion is, and it's also about connecting with other Eritreans around the globe, like you said. Mele, I mean, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how your class has been organized, and what you guys do, and how often you meet, and what tools you use, and what's been your experience.
I think this class has been really cool. I've made a group chat, so it's been really, I think that technology has been really useful for connecting and reaching out so that everyone is on the same page. And we've been doing pretty good. We've been talking about geography and history, many aspects of Eritrean.
How often do you guys meet? Do you meet during the week now that you're in the same class and people are all over the place? And
we usually meet on Sundays, the class, but working on the Eritrean Festival, we worked actually, we took 4 days. We did 4 days of practicing and preparing, and we have a really good turnout that is going to be posted. Yeah.
How about Rime? What's tell me a little bit about the technology, how you use that with other kids, and what kind of things you learned about other Eritrean kids.
So there's some people in my class who've like been collaborating with each other to make cahoots, and some people have been making quizzes, and for like
big thing. You guys did a lot of cahoots and quizzes you built that other people are not using, right? You just search them on Kahoot and look for Eritrean language cahoots, right?
I've been also, like, me and my sister and Millie have been helping the elementary school class with Memphis and Vet, like do their Zoba thing, and
well, are you also doing learning how to teach in those classes? Listen, I want to pull it back together. I think this has been a fantastic experience. You guys have did a great job. Everything from the water conservation, Abel, that was excellent. That's needed. And I want to see you keep building that up. By next summer, I want to see more data, more capability, maybe something that you can give back to helping Eritrea with more water conservation, right? Strategies, right? Mele and Rime, you guys did an amazing job, not only putting together various layers of data, but you have a pathway to build that up. I want to see more of that and more data integration. making that publicly available so people can search that data and have a good place to go. And maybe we'll talk to people on Dahai and other places to start sourcing this kind of capabilities for children to learn about Eritrea using maps, right? Very easy nowadays. In terms of wrapping up the Eritrean Festival, Virtual Festival 2020 USA, we want to say thank you to you, Eritrean Council, North American Council, you yourself, Mr. Gidon, Mr. Binyam Solomon, Mele, Rime, and Abel. Thank you so much for all your work. This concludes our presentation today on GIS for education for the Eritrean Festival, Virtual Festival 2020. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for
Bye.
having us. Abdu Safarkum.
Thank you.
I like
Thank you
that.
for having me.
Abdul Baisa Farkum, ciao.